Hey guys, today we are working on this John Deere 130. You may have seen this in some older videos. It used to be running great, but recently it has started to surge and sputter and carry on. So, today we will be working on that carburetor, because it has some kind of issue with it. It is surging constantly, and it is going to just keep causing us issues. And you may have seen this in an older video a while back, but otherwise, this is today's project. And I'm going to basically show you how you take these carbs apart and rebuild them. As a side note, I did end up actually buying a 316. So, this is my main workhorse, besides the fact that it exploded recently, so it's getting an engine rebuild. Not doing a repower to it, because personally I don't think repowers are worth your time. So I will be rebuilding this engine, and then it'll be going back in once I get it rebuilt. It did run great, and it's got very low hours. The hours are confirmed. It's got, as you can see, it's not really that many hours, so it will be rebuilt, of course. And then I've got a third John Deere I bought recently for $200. It's another 130. It's a launch model, one of the first 1000. So it's a very low production. Goes through all the gears, clutch works. Engine does run, but it caught fire, so it's currently taken apart. And that's just about it. We are going to get into this. Okay, so let's actually get into getting this apart. It's got a 9 horsepower Kawasaki engine in it, which is a pretty decent motor. They're small, but they're decent. And we're going to have to start getting to work on it. So I will see you guys after I get all this off, and then we can get down to the carburetor. Okay, so this is all apart. Now we have to, I believe, 7/16 bolts to get these off. Right here. There's one here and one here. Got something coming out of the carb here. I don't know if that's paint or what the hell that is. Looks like paint. So I've never had this carb apart ever. So this is, it was a good running engine until a couple days ago. So we're gonna pull this off and we'll get back to it. Okay, so I was wrong. It is not a 7/16. It is a 10mm. Goes on there perfect. Gets it off. Anyways, we're gonna work on getting this off. Just please do know I am doing this all with one hand because I don't have a camera tripod. So maybe if I get some subscribers and money, then I'll buy a tripod. We'll see. Gotta get it apart first. So, start with that. It's mostly clean on the inside. Very oily and horrible on the outside. So we'll have to get into why there's oil everywhere. And then we need to get that clamp off. And this carb should just come off. Okay, so what I am using is not usually what you want to use, but I'm just using some generic, pliers. There are tools specially made to do this. I'd recommend probably picking one up, but you could also do this. So this is what I do. And then should just be able to pull it off. Maybe, yeah. Gotta pull all this stuff apart first, linkages and whatnot. Or not. There. And then I'm going to set you guys down so I can get these linkages off and marked. And then we will go from there. Also, for those who may need the linkages, here's a pretty good diagram that you could go off of. Anyways, I'm going to put you guys down so I can get them off. And just like that, the carburetor is off. So we're going to pull it apart, take a look inside, maybe adjust some things, go from there. Fuel pump does seem to be pumping pretty good. We'll go into that later in the video. And then go from there. Just put those on there so that we don't lose them. Make sure all our linkages are not mixed into one another. And then get to it. Okay, so I just basically set it right on my 316 hood because I have no space in my shop whatsoever. But we're going to start with getting this apart, and then we will go from there. So, I'm going to work on finding the size. Conveniently, it is also a 10mm. So, there's another thing that could be of use to all of you. And we'll split it, take a look inside. Okay, so this is what it's looking on in the inside. It's fairly clean besides a bunch of gunk in the bottom, which is probably causing it. Float looks good. For the most part it looks okay, but can't be certain until we get the float out and tear the rest of it apart, clean it up. Okay, so I've got it mostly cleaned out, besides a little bit of gunk in there. Jet was pretty clogged. This is just paint. So, I guess it might work. Not super optimistic. If it doesn't work, we'll go again. But I'm going to put it back together and put it back on, and we'll see if this works. Carburetor's back together. And I did end up finding a whole bunch of gunk actually in the main jet. So, when you think that something isn't going to work, you should dig deeper. Because had I not found that, I would have been taking this apart again. So, we will see if it works. Probably will now. And we'll go from there. Worst case scenario, I have to do some adjustment or get a new carburetor. And we will go from there. And we are almost back together. Just got to tighten this last one here, and then we can get to seeing if this thing is going to run right, if at all. Could be worse, could be better. It's the first time I've had this apart. I don't know. This thing is either going to improve itself or it won't. So, yeah, we're going to go from there. That's going to be fun. For those who may not have seen that, I just threw the entire air cleaner box besides the base onto the other side of the tractor. I'm going to go pick that up. Okay. Now that this pesky little thing is done making my life slightly harder by the minute, let's finally get this done. Because I want to go inside. But I also want to hear this run before I go inside. Now, this has had some electrical issues, so I guess we'll see if they are going to cooperate with us today. Probably not. They never do. And you guys need to wait. There is a gasket that I've forgotten to put on. And it's back on. Okay. Now that that is done, we can see if this thing's going to be friendly today, or if it's going to pester me. It's probably going to pester me, because that's what it likes to do. But we will see. So, full choke, and then fire. Almost had it. Dead battery. Almost had it there. It tried to run. Okay, so let's go at it again. Don't you guys love it when a dead battery makes you walk all the way over to your other garage in the middle of the night? 'Cause I sure do. I love it. It's my favorite pastime. As you can see, it's stupid dark. Not that you can see much. Probably won't include most of this in the footage. So, we finally made it over to the other garage. Okay. So we're gonna need a battery and some jumpers. Obviously. Jumpers! Okay, so we gotta make it all the way out. Just a bonus car pick. 440 CUDA, you know, cool stuff. Anyways, to the other garage we go. And we have made it back to the cold shed with 3 lawnmowers in it. Sorry, 2 lawnmowers and a garden tractor. Better say that, or my fellow garden tractor enthusiasts will eat my face off. So, yeah. Huge difference between the two. But, get it wrong and you will create some people that are not happy. Okay. I'm out of breath. Lovely. Just great. Okay. Now, we can take these, put them on the battery, hope that whatever electrical issues stop being a pain, and then if this works, we have an early video and a short video. Let's get to it. Oh boy. So, as an obvious hint, everybody knows that not everything works the first time. So, I just got these hooked up, right? I haven't tried it yet, but we're going to see if it decides to be a pest or if it'll run normally, which I'm hoping it will. Obviously, it probably won't, because this thing would cut off its nose to spite its face. So, we'll see. It'll either run great, or it'll gas me out. Alright. Gonna hit the key here in a second. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. So, that is amazing. Obviously, I did put some fuel in the carb off screen, just to kind of give it, you know, a bit of extra power, and the fuel system was already primed, besides that one line. So, that is the reason why it started so quick. And that was honestly really easy. So, I guess I have a perfectly running, driving, mowing lawn tractor once again. obviously this is, you know, I kind of expected it would run, just not great. But I guess there's always a time for surprises. And my beautiful and kind of uncommon 130 runs once again. And then here is the tag for anybody that wants to search it up. And then this one over here, being a launch one, is obviously another one you guys can search. You can search that one up if you want to as well. And then this one, I would show you the tag, but it's on the other side. Don't really want to walk over there. If anything, I just want to go inside and go to bed. So, this will be another video soon, once I get the engine torn apart and ready to go back together. I was originally going to make a video on it, but I'm doing this off the phone. I don't have a lot of storage. So there's that. Also, I have this little, it's a fish knife, but I use it as a little shop knife. Works pretty good for what I need to do. Great for cutting lines, you know. It's great. It's a great little knife. You can't buy them anymore. It's an old vintage thing. So, it works good. And then this is another project that is on hold right now because the stroke is just scored. It will go back together eventually once I want to rebuild it, but these engines aren't worth a lot. It's been chewed through. It's junk. But I'll see if I can get it running at least, and then if I can get it running half decent even with the catastrophe that is the bore, then we'll see. I'll get it running maybe, and then I'll get it rebuilt, repainted, and maybe I'll put it on a go-kart. Obviously my garage is a total mess right now. Got lots of projects as a hint. Got some Turf green. That's your only hint towards my next project. And then this is the drive shaft for the 316. Got to do the U-joints in it. They're all floppy and junk. So those will get done. I have the tank at a certain spot to get cleaned out and kind of redone because I don't want to do it. And then this tank is over in my other garage. I took it out because I was going to originally put these ones into that one, but I actually ended up getting that one just plugged, so it's all good. And then get this running. Then this one I'm selling, so if there's anybody in the Ontario region looking for a 130, it's a good runner. Well, it was before I took the carb off. We'll be getting it running and driving before I sell it. So, if anybody wants to buy one, this is a pretty good example of good driving, good running 130. Once I get it back together. I do have a deck for it, and it will not be coming with a blower bracket on the back. I have taken that off. It was in a previous video. I was originally going to sell it with it, but now I've got a blower that needs that bracket, so that will be doing that. Anyways, this is running once again. Runs great. Drives great. Mows great. No, this one is not for sale. I'm keeping this one because this is one of the first tractors I've bought. And then this one's going to get restored at some point. It's not for a long time, but it will get done. And then this will also I'm undecided yet. It's in pretty rough shape in the back, but the front of it's in pretty great shape. Had a barn fall on it. So, I don't know if I'm going to restore it or if I'm just going to leave it as is and then put the motor back in it. We'll have to see. I've even thought about putting a diesel in it. I don't know. We'll see. Gotta keep you on your toes. Keep watching for my videos, because you may see some idiotic man put a 3-cylinder Kubota diesel into a 316. Anyways, I have so much more to do, so many more videos to create. And I guess that'll be it for this video, and we will call this one a success. See ya!